it does both. It's like
That's each cylinder keeps the air.
what happened?
Fan kicks off.
Oh.
Sounds weird, huh?
Yeah.
Alright, so we're warming up the engine here. While it's warming up, kind of give you guys an update on what we found so far. We went to do a cooling flush after getting the new water pump put on. We left the old hoses on there and bypassed the oil cooler just for the cooling system flush. What we found was, first off, we couldn't run it very long even at idle. It would overheat within 5 minutes after running, even with no thermostat in it. So we're pretty sure the radiator was plugged up. The next thing we found was we sprung a leak on the cooling lines going back to the rear heater core. Just below the passenger rear door, there's two rubber hoses, and it sprung a leak there. We thought it was just a leaky hose. Then we pulled it off and tried to push water through the heater core, and it's block solid. So we're pretty sure that one's rusted tight. We couldn't get any coolant going through the heater core and the dash as well at first. We disconnected it, blasted the garden hose through it, and a bunch of rusty water finally came out. But we're still not getting any heat even when the engine's running hot. So we're pretty sure that one, most of the passages are plugged on that as well. So we got water going through the radiator, but it's just not cooling. So we decided to, basically we'd run it till it got warm, let it sit, run it again, and this running is, like I said, 3 to 5 minutes at idle is all we could do. So about doing that 3 or 4 times, it finally seemed to stabilize a little bit. So we were able to drive it around the yard for about 30 minutes and keep it from overheating by toggling the cooling fan on and off. It's a similar design as my Power Stroke 6.0, so I can use my scanner to trigger the fan to come on, and that seems to work. As soon as the temperature got above 180 though, it would just skyrocket and go into close to the 210 degree, and we'd have to shut it down. So the radiator's not cooling. We were going to try to clean it with vinegar, let it sit, but the amount of rust that we're getting out of these things, I'm guessing the aluminum's getting pretty thin. So we decided we're just going to replace the heater cores and the radiator. I was going to go with an upgraded all aluminum design, but those are all on back order. So I found a OEM style radiator with a lifetime warranty. So we're going to go with that. Before we order the parts, we wanted to do a compression test just to make sure we don't have a blown head gasket, because obviously there's some cooling issues with this engine, and we don't know if the previous owner might have overheated and warped the cylinder head, cracked it, or blew a head gasket. So we're warming up the engine to do a compression test. So we're going to remove the coils, pull the spark plugs, pull the fuel pump relay so we can do a compression test on it. Let's get started.
that side. Sorry.
It's fine.
I wasn't thinking. It's got grease and oil in it.
Yeah, let's just leave it.
Oil pan. Okay. Now, we do this side. Can you get my phone, Luke?
Yeah.
Luke will get it.
Aren't they the same?
Well, that's what we're going to find out. Now, this is one bank. It's the V8, so you got 4 pointing this way and 4 pointing that way. So it's like, does that make sense? Okay. Alright, Cam.
Okay,
Okay, the camera should see it.
starting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
So we got 142. Push it.
There's like pressing out. That one might be it.
So far, I think it's within spike.
Okay.
But we'll double check. Write it down.
What was it? 152.
142. Okay.
Good, starting.
Okay.
Oh, I actually climbed behind me.
155. Oh, please don't.
I'm into.
I really don't mean to, but you're doing it, so.
Okay. Here?
Yep.
Water speed.
Jump on this side, son.
Okay.
More room there, right?
Right. Alright. Push this one. What was that? You can push this one. Yeah.
Alright.
Starting.
Yep. Okay. 153. What do you think?
Yep.
That's it.
One more.
Got it.
Alright, last one. Okay, Kian.
Starting.
Okay. 158. That's the best one.
Woo!
Well, I'm gonna look for the book. But our lowest is 148. No, our lowest is 142.
Want
And
to
the
try that
highest
one
was
again?
158.
Want to try 142 again?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. One more time.
We're gonna try 2. That was only 142. Is that right?
Yeah, the first one was 142 on this side. Yeah.
Let's start with this one. Okay.
Starting.
Okay.
Still 142, huh? It's just gonna stay like that.
Man, I think that's still acceptable. We'll have to look up the book.
Oh, can you get it? see. I think that's a bad one, huh? It's warm too.
Oh, weird. For a moment, it wouldn't let me take the key back. It's British weird.
Here's the results of our compression test. You see 1 through 7 is on the passenger side, 2 through 8 is on the driver's side, and they all look really good. Obviously number 2 is our lowest at 142. This is after the engine's been warmed up. Number 2 is the front driver's side cylinder. We actually ran it twice just to make sure after I did all the other ones, and it still came right up at 142. It's within 16 pounds of the highest one, which is 158, which I think is acceptable. It's a little bit concerning, but I think it warrants that the engine's going to last for a little while. So we'll go ahead and order all the cooling and heater parts that we need. So don't know how long that's going to take. Like everything right now, seems to take a lot longer than it should. We're going to get we got all the hoses ready to go. The heater hoses going back, the little short 6-inch sections going back to the rear heater core most of them are unavailable. So I'll probably source some local heater hose and make my own. But we'll get the 2 heater cores and the radiator on order. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you want to get alerts next time we put a new video out.